Hi, first graders. It is time to read some Magic Tree House. So Jack and Annie are in the Wild West in a ghost town, and they found this horse, and they decided, this little baby horse, that they're going to help look for the horse's mom. And that was when this cowboy came up. And we're not sure if he's a good guy or a bad guy yet, so we're going to read to find out. Let's do the last sentence that we ended with. Let's see. A cowboy rode out of an alley. His face was bony and tanned. He was riding a gray horse. "I reckon you're the smallest horse thieves I've ever come across," he said. "We're not horse thieves," said Annie. "Well then, what are you doing with my horse here?" he said. "Some bad guys came through town with his mother," said Annie. "They left him behind because he was too slow." "Yup, must be the rustlers that stole my last 5 Mustangs," the cowboy said. "Who are you?" said Jack. "I'm a Mustang herder," the cowboy said. So what do you think? Good guy or bad guy? I think he might be a good guy. It sounds like these other guys that we met on the other page took his horses from him. Well, let's see what happens. They rode through town. Then Sunset showed up all alone, said Annie. "We're taking him to his mother." "Sunset," the cowboy said. "Yep," said Annie. "I named him." The cowboy said, "Well, you're pretty brave to try and rescue him, Smiley." "Thanks," said Annie. Jack cleared his throat. "A Mustang needs his family," he said. "The bond between a mare and her young is very strong." The cowboy looked at Jack. "You're pretty smart to know that, Shorty." "Shorty," said Jack. "Every cowpoke's got to have a nickname," said the cowboy. "What's yours?" said Annie. "Slim," said the cowboy. "My name is Slim Cooley, and this is Dusty." He patted his horse. "That fits," said Annie. Jack agreed. Slim was Slim, and Dusty was Dusty. "So tell me," Slim said, "how did you two brave, smart young'uns end up in Rattlesnake Flats?" Jack caught his breath. He didn't know how to explain it. The stagecoach," said Annie. "We begged the driver to let us off, but I think we made a mistake." Slim looked around. "I'll say," he said. "When the next stagecoach comes through, we're leaving," said Annie. "I see," said Slim. "Well, I'm going to take my colt now and find those rustlers. You didn't hear where they were headed, did you?" "They said they were going to camp over the rise," said Jack. Must be over yonder," said Slim. He looked at a low rise in the distance. The sun was a red ball above it. "Better get going before dark," he said. "Can we go with you?" asked Annie. "No, we have to stay here," said Jack. Now that Slim could help Sunset, Jack wanted to look for the answer to the riddle. Plus, he still wanted to take off his tight cowboy boots. "Shorty's right to be scared," Slim said. "This is no job for young'uns." "Scared?" said Jack. "Oh, please, I want to go," said Annie. Slim looked at Jack. "And what do you want to do, Shorty?" For starters, he wanted Slim to stop calling him Shorty, and he wanted Slim to think he was brave. "Sure, I want to go," said Jack. "What about your stagecoach?" asked Slim. "It's not coming until tomorrow," said Annie quickly. "Well," Slim scratched his chin, "I reckon I could use some brave, smart help, but you have to do everything I say." "We will," said Annie. "Can I ride Sunset?" "I wouldn't say yes to many kids, Smiley, but you seem to have a knack with horses. Now hang on tight to his mane. I'll just pull him along beside me." Slim slipped the rope off the post Then he held his hand out to Jack. "Put your foot in the stirrup, Shorty, and grab my hand." Jack did as Slim said. Slim pulled him onto the front of his saddle. Jack held on tight to the saddle horn. "Sit tight," said Slim. "It's not far." So Slim is taking Jack on his horse. Slim snapped his reins, and Dusty took off with Sunset right behind him. Jack bounced up and down on the horse. His boots hurt. The sunlight blinded him. "Giddy up," said Slim. "Giddy up," said Annie. The horses galloped across the prairie, dust flying from their hooves. "Achoo!" Jack sneezed as he bounced along into the setting sun. The name of the next chapter is going to be called Split the Wind. So it sounds like Slim and Jack and Annie are all riding on their horses now, and they're going to go try to catch those guys that took Slim's other horses. So we'll find out what happens when we read next time. Goodbye, first grade.